Welcome back if you're returning. I'm calling this episode 2 of my French Country Dispatch series. So this is more news about the house in France. So I've showed you some of the treasures we found downstairs in the main house. This is the outlook from the kitchen into the backyard. This is the little walled garden. You can see out over the countryside. It is quite beautiful. We are surrounded by vineyards and sunflower fields. The wall is quite high, and we actually my husband did, we found a gate into the avenue beyond on that back wall. You can see the deck is, well, it's useless. It has to be replaced. We didn't even step out on that because it looked quite dangerous. Those two little buildings, one's the pool house, holds all the bits for the pool, and the other one is a little bit of a garden shed. You can see it's completely and utterly overgrown. It's been left to just grow wild, which in one respect is really quite beautiful, but it's a bit of a nightmare if you're a gardener. So we plan to take all this back to the way it was. We're going to put some flower beds, and just outside this little deck we're going to put a little fountain in the backyard, so when you've got the kitchen door open you can hear the sound of the water. So excited, can hardly wait. Of course it's a lot of work and it's probably quite a way down the list, but that's the plan for the future. So this is just a quick recap of the living room downstairs. Obviously I've showed you a lot of the treasures that we found. We found two couches and 2 armchairs that are in beautiful condition. So those will be cleaned and used. As you go up the stairs, there is a massive big bookshelf full of really lovely books, and you know what we're like for books, so obviously that was a real bonus as well. Lots of them are historic, lots that I absolutely would read. So whether it will stay there I don't know just yet, but I'm very pleased it is there. It's just like I said, this is right at the top of the stairs as you go up the stairs, and there is a roof light just above it. So a lot of these books are now faded because they've been left in the sunlight for the last I want to say 4 or 5 years, but we will be correcting that at some point. Again, it's on the list. Obviously we've had a little bit of a ferret through the books. There's lots of, as I said, books on history, mainly British history. There are a few great French books which we've pulled out and had a look at, mostly about the area where we are, which is very interesting. There are also a lot of spy novels. There are fiction, non-fiction. It's just amazing. So again, very pleased with that. This is the first little bedroom as you come to the top of the stairs, and it's like a hobbit's room. The doorway is under one of the main beams, so it's a very little doorway, but it's a lovely long room with lots of space. Again, another ceiling light. We have a lovely oak closet in there, but this is the treasure that is just beautiful. It's a lovely old piece, all carved, all wood. And it still had the treasures in the drawers. There was this little set that was on top that had just been left, little candle holders, candlesticks, and then there was trinkets left in the drawers. I think there was a little sewing box in one of the drawers, and all the little pieces are just so pretty. So again, really pleased that this has been left. Also in this room there's a couple of really good rugs on the floor, so we will be cleaning those and using them. The upstairs is carpeted, so I'm not sure how. There we go, there's the little sewing kit. I'm not sure whether we'll be not leaving the carpet down. Obviously we'll replace it or put floors down. I'm thinking it's going to have to be carpet because this house is over 200 years old and it is very, very uneven. And if anyone's ever lived in an old house, you know how hard it is you've got to kind of go with the flow. You can't make the repairs to the floors and the ceilings unless they're structural, which they're not. So over 200 years this has taken a bit of it's dipped and there's ups and downs, so we'll probably be carpeting the upstairs and not reflooring. But again, I found some great treasures in there, and we'll move on to the next bedroom. This is another couch that was in the same bedroom. This is brand new. It hasn't got a mark on it. This was covered up actually, so I think this was probably a newer edition that was covered and left covered, which has obviously saved a lot of damage from the elements. This is a beautiful queen size cover. It's not a quilt cover, it's like a slip cover that you used to put over the beds. I remember having them years ago. This is again the closet. It's a nice pine closet, which all it's got to be done is painted up, have some different handles on, and there's storage for one of the bedrooms, as you can see, like everybody else's closet. Hangers and Christmas bags and gift bags. It's, I don't know, it never ceases to amaze me how this has just been left. There's a nice pine bed and the bedside tables. Again, not sure if we'll keep them. We'll see what we've got to start with. And that's one of the nice rugs, so that will be give it a quick clean and that will be staying. So here we are down the hallway into a really spacious and well equipped bathroom. Again, colour scheme may not be my choice, but it is perfect for now. Of course everything's been abandoned. There are gels and sprays and all sorts on the shelves, but all they've got to be done is thrown in the garbage. It's a lovely big cast iron bathtub and full of bugs and flies, but nothing a good old clean won't get rid of. There is a lovely big shower that it seems to be perfect for our needs, and again, all this has to be done is cleaned and it will be perfect until we finish the sheets and can start working on the house. Down the hallway to two closets, again full of items. I will take them to the big laundromats that you find outside the supermarkets here. They have sort of outdoor washers and dryers, which are the industrial size. So next visit I will be taking the contents of these two closets over there and see what's salvageable, what I can use. Obviously it's again so grateful for everything that's in these closets, because it's a big difference when you're starting out. You know, it's like when you're first married and you're buying everything for your house. If some of it's there, it's, you know, a few things less you have to buy. So down the hall, 3 more bedrooms. This is the smallest bedroom in the house. Again, lovely old chair that's been left. I love the sink. I think I want to keep the sink. It's a very Victorian thing. Mirrors, picture frames, pictures, all in great condition, all that I will be using around the house. This dresser is a real bonus. It is beautiful. A little bit of repair here and there to be done to it, but absolutely a keeper. These old hairbrushes and clothes brushes still have the hair in them, but you know what, they're part of the history of the house. I'd love to know more about the owners, but we will find out eventually, I should say. Again, little doilies and things that have been left. There were lots of things left in these drawers as well, so it looks like at some point this was a woman's bedroom. There were all sorts left, so we just didn't get into stuff at this visit. We will do that next visit, and we're just kind of taking stock, as I said. So this dresser is a big bonus, as is all the little trinkets. Again, love these little trinkets and stuff, you know me. I love these. You can see how thick the walls are with these little window wells. They're just amazing. So it was quite cool, and we had some really hot temperatures, so I'm hoping in the winter time it'll be quite warm as well once these windows are all fixed up properly. Now, I had said we did find some new mattresses. This was not a bed with new mattresses on, but look at the bed frame. It's a lovely piece. I think there was a side table in another room that matched this, but even if it wasn't, it's a great find. Opposite that bedroom is another double bedroom As you can see, there's big blocks on the foot of this bed because the floor is that uneven. But you can see somebody's taken the time to repaint this little dresser and all the little bits and knickknacks that are on top. Just lovely. Lots of little clocks around the house, which I think are just adorable. Lovely brass lamps, and they all work perfectly. Lots of candlesticks. Again, this has been decorated by hand. The bed frame is in really good condition. This was a lovely piece. Somebody's made this print, so it's come out of a magazine, and then they've painstakingly added all the little bits of material to make the dresses 3D. And I mean, just the time and energy that somebody's put into this, I'm absolutely going to keep them. They're just such a delight. In fact, they probably came out of that magazine that was downstairs. Now, this is the last of the bedrooms. I think this is probably the master bedroom. This had 2 mattresses on. The top mattress was brand new. And this is a lovely long room. It's got all matching pieces in it. There again, mirrors, there were curtains, there were just so much stuff in this room. It's fantastic. Wooden dresser there was a blanket box, and somebody's taken the time excuse me, to recover all of this stuff, all with matching material. There's even a little bit of material left. There is a blanket box, there is a little wicker chair that has been recovered. There is a bedside table that has a little glass piece on top that's got the same little cover on it. So again, somebody's taken the time to match everything up, and a lot of this stuff has actually gone into the little gîte that we were using to make our room nice while we were staying there. We went out and bought all new bedding and bed covers and pillows and yeah, made and took most of the things out of this room and put it in a little room and made it comfy and cozy for us while we were there. Again, bugs everywhere. And obviously they've got caught in the house and they got stuck in there. So lots and lots of cleaning when we get over next time. This room, there's the chair that we took over to our little gîte. This room had a couple of rugs. One was better than the other, so we'll have to see how they go. But they had attempted to floor this room. This was probably one of the most uneven. You can see the bed's in great condition. The bedside table's really cute. Again, we've used this in the little gîte, and I even took the curtains until I found some better ones. There again, lovely little pieces, lots of cobwebs, lots of cleaning. So this bedside table, and these all match, and of course these are very en vogue at the moment. I will definitely be keeping them all together as a set. I don't know if they'll come back in this room, but you've got bedside table, you've got the blanket box, you've got the bed, you've got the spiders, you've got a little chair. So again, every room in this house has got enough furniture to move in straight away, and it's just the gîtes that are going to need the work. Obviously there's work to be done in this house, but all in all, it's a really, really great start. Again, full of treasures. I absolutely love these exposed beams. Each of the bedrooms has them. Of course, the one runs across the doorway into one of the bedrooms, and of course downstairs we have them in the kitchen, around the fireplace, and in the main living room. So beautiful features that we're absolutely going to be keeping and enjoying every day. So of course, while we were there, we had to go to some of the brocants, and the closest one is a place called Emmaus. And if you've ever watched the Chateau Diaries with Stephanie, you know that they have one very close to them, and they are full of treasures. I will not be needing dishes, because when we do come over, I will be bringing some of our dishes with me, and God knows I've got enough. We have got a few in the house for now, so maybe along the line when we open up the gîtes, if we haven't got everything, I will be picking some up, but there's an abundance of just lovely dishes. We are actually only an hour from Limoges, which is a great place for French porcelain. I just wanted to show you some of the furniture that we found. A lot of it has marble tops on it, and these ranged from the sort of 10 to 300 euros for some of these units. Now, a lot of them are going to be too tall for our little cottage, but you can see that one's 80 euros, and they're solid wood, they're well made, they're intricately carved. They're just fantastic, so I can hardly wait to start filling things up and buying these furnitures. I absolutely adored this, and if it hadn't been sold, I would have picked this up. It was, I didn't say, but I think it was 20 euros. As you walk around this particular thrift store, it's all in departments. This place is massive, it has all sorts everywhere. I fell in love with this tapestry, and I must admit this came home with me. It's going in my hallway, and it's going to be the basis of the colours for most of the house. Again, old pieces, newer pieces. There were decor departments, there were furniture, there was bedding, there was clothing. So if you ever get the chance to go visit one of these places, they are quite amazing, and an amazing resource for when we actually have to start putting furniture in the house. This sideboard was absolutely unbelievable, completely solid, carved wood, the granite countertop. This is another piece. If I could have got this in the car, I would have taken this with me. It was 100 euros. Absolutely beautiful. And again, you don't need much in the rooms when you've got these pieces in there. They stand alone. They're gorgeous, and you just don't get stuff like this anymore. So again, great place to come when we have to start filling the place up. I wanted to mention a place that we'd stayed while we were in France. We stayed at quite a few places, but this one absolutely stood out. It took us a week to get into the house, and we found this lovely little bed and breakfast. It's not little, it was massive, quite by accident, because we wanted something with air conditioning and a pool. We found it, and we were greeted by the most beautiful house that has been so beautifully and lovingly restored, with just the right amount of modern conveniences and old world charm. This place has been curated with items that they fit the home perfectly. So this place has been restored. Apparently when they bought it, it was not in very good repair. They've had to rebuild it from top to bottom. They have lovingly and painstakingly replaced, rebuilt and curated with pieces that have been, they've gone far and wide to find the perfect piece for the perfect room, and everything fits just beautifully. The owners are Jess and Joanna, and they are from Malta originally. They have bought this place, and they are running it as a bed and breakfast. There are meal deals available, and honestly, if we'd have known about them earlier, we would have taken them upon them, because the food was absolutely gorgeous. He's a great chef, that is his trade, and Joanna was absolutely unbelievably helpful to us. She told us where to go, where to find things, what was open, what was closed. Honestly, they went absolutely above and beyond. They were so helpful, and really, I don't know, the time that we saved just with the information that they gave us was, it was indispensable. From the spiral staircase that has been completely restored and rebuilt to these are one of the two bedrooms that they have on the second floor. Now, we stayed in both because obviously we came back. This was the biggest of the two, beautifully appointed, again air conditioned, lovely big windows, gorgeous views, all the little things that you need. For some reason I didn't get a picture of the other room, but it was equally as lovely. It was in lighter tones, again beautiful ensuite bathrooms. There's Joanna, again beautifully done, and perfect, exactly what you need for an overnight stay in this beautiful country. So at the moment there are 2 bedrooms. They are looking to open up some outbuildings as gîtes, which obviously, I mean, if it's anything like the rest of the house, it's going to be gorgeous. They have their apartments up on the 3rd floor, but this is the main hallway, and this is what greets you when you walk into the house, and it is so beautiful. Again, the furniture's been picked with care, love and attention, and you can tell that this is a real labour of love. The grounds are also quite beautiful. It's set in a few acres. They have a beautiful gated courtyard at the front with a gorgeous fountain. The pool area is immaculate. It's beautifully appointed. You know, you can sit by the pool. The pool's just gorgeous. It's astroturf all around it. It's lovely and soft. It's like walking on a carpet. There's a shower there, and there's the most beautiful seating area just at the head of the pool, where we sat of an evening, and it's so quiet. And as I said, it's idyllic. It really is. I wanted to give you a quick glimpse of what you can expect for breakfast. I mean, this is not a hotel breakfast. This was fresh tomatoes, fresh fruit, vegetables. There was the cheeses were gorgeous. There was coffee, tea, juices, you name it. The one morning we had eggs and sausage. The second time we had eggs and mushrooms, and there was yogurts, and it was so fresh and such a big choice. You had toast and bread and homemade jams, again in a beautiful setting. It certainly is a touch above the norm. I just wanted to show you up in the attics. This is where they have their private apartments, how gorgeous it was and how beautifully they've restored original features, not just downstairs. This is upstairs that nobody sees. That's the type of people they are. They don't just do it because it's a hotel. They've done it out of love, and this is the lovely couple, Jess and Joanna, and honestly, if you ever go there, it's well worth a visit. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little glimpse of our house in France and the places that we stayed, and next time I'm going to make a start on my fall decor, so we'll see you soon.